Okay, let's take this up. Here we have sketch the graphs of the following quadratic functions by locating the x-intercepts and then finding the coordinates of the vertex. So here what I did was I let this equal 0, I multiplied by -1, I factored, and I got x equaled -3 or 1, and I plotted them. So right now just watch and listen, and then you can go and do it if you didn't do it correctly. Then I know that halfway between -3 and 1 is -1, so x is -1 for the vertex, and then when I plug -1 into the original equation, I got y equaled 4, so -1, 4, -1, 4 is the vertex, and then I connected the 3 dots. Here, for this one, I factored, got -2 and -3. And then, of course, halfway in between the two of them is -2.5. But I used 5 over 2 as the number I plugged into here. And when I did, and I got these numbers, I then had to find a common denominator, which was 4. So this I kept. This I doubled both of those. This over 4, so I multiplied both by 4. And then when I add them up, I get 99 over 4. So you might be wondering, okay, like, how do I graph 99 over 4? Well, just do an approximation. You know this is close to 100, and a quarter of 100, if you have $1, you have 25 cents. So it's just a little bit tiny less than 25. So I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you know that because I labeled my scaling here. And then I went to just under at -2.5. And then I'm going to connect my very steep graph. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So here, we know that we've learned how to graph and stretch, compress, and all these different things with graphs. So here, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to go over it again in the future, but just pay attention to this. So here we know that when x is 2, this is 0, so x is 2 is the x-intercept. And then we know it's concave up because this is positive. And because there's only a number 1 here, we're going to go over 1, up 1, make a point, over 1, up 3, do the same thing, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 3, connect the dots, and we have our curve. Next is, if you don't know how to do that, then we're going to learn it again, and you can just make a table of values and plot 5 points. When x is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, make a table of values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then plot them like that. Here, we know that this is concave down because it's negative, and when x is -3, we have a 0. Because there's a 1 in front of there, we're going to go down and down. We're going to go over 1, down 1, over 1, down 3, and then we're going to connect our dots. There you go.